Hello everyone, my name is Muiwa Adedayo. I am a lecturer. I am also an educational neuroscientist. Today, my organization, that is referred to as Educational Africa Consultant Limited, we are currently training teachers, training school owners, training students of education, training parents on what is called Masterclass in Educational Neuroscience. It is a course that contains about 25 groundbreaking topics, everything that a parent needs in order to raise up superstars, especially intellectual and academic superstars, is covered in this course. Every information, every insight that a school owner, that an educator actually needs in order to become a school to beat in his or her maybe area of location or area of operation has been covered in this course. Everything that a teacher or an educator needs in order to be irreplaceable and indispensable in the education sector has been covered in this course. In fact, as I speak to you now, we have participants that are registering from this course all over, not only in Nigeria, but now we're beginning to have participants from other African countries that have registered for this course. Countries like Ghana, Equatorial Guinea, South Africa. We now have participants from these countries. So if you know you're interested, please just drop a comment. I would definitely reach out to you. So today's topic is simply titled Dyslexia. The neurobiology of dyslexia, dyslexia anatomy. Let me repeat it again. Dyslexia, the neurobiology of dyslexia, or the neuroscience of dyslexia, dyslexia anatomy. Dyslexia is a global challenge in the educational sector, everywhere from the United States to the United Kingdom, from Nigeria to Nicaragua. Everyone is talking about dyslexia. The reason is this: that dyslexia has the capacity of determining how successful a graduate or a student is going to actually be maybe after graduating from the tertiary institution. Dyslexia today is really receiving attention both from the investors point of view and from educational policy makers and leaders. And simply, what is dyslexia? There are other videos that I've shot with regard to this topic of dyslexia. In those videos I talked about, I defined dyslexia, talked about types of dyslexia, the symptoms of dyslexia, etc. So the focus of this video is just to really pinpoint those cognitive spaces, those brain structures and organs that are responsible for dyslexia. The absence of this, or the lesion or the impairment in these spaces, or what is called the neurocircuit, how this results in what? In dyslexia. That is going to be the focus of this video. So simply, dyslexia is a neurological disorder. It is a kind of it is a cognitive impairment that affects individual and hinders them from what? From reading, from writing, from spelling, and from comprehending contents or themes in English or passages in English language. Dyslexia is so common. For example, in Israel, about 70% of prisoners have been discovered to be dyslexic. In America, more than 50% of prison inmates are dyslexic. In Nigeria, and especially in Africa, studies have shown that about 30 million Nigerians are dyslexic. So dyslexia is something that education leaders, that school owners, that parents, that educators really need to give attention to, because in the 21st century knowledge economy, that the capacity to read and to read fluently will go a long way to determine how far somebody is going to actually grow in the socio-economic ladder. So and there are different types of dyslexia. Basically there are two. we have the developmental and the acquired dyslexia. So like I said, that if you're interested in maybe in-depth knowledge or information regarding the definition, types of dyslexia, symptoms, etc., please you can just drop a comment. I would send you the links to those videos that I've shot regarding any of these videos. So now let me add this that according to Schumacher and Perfetti 2007, they said neuroscience research has shown that the brain contains particular regions that are predisposed to be used for language. Do not forget that nature, God Almighty, has designed our brains for language. That the language system or the language network or the language circuit have been given to us even before birth. Unlike reading is something that was actually invented about 5,000 years ago. So nature did not create us to be readers. The reading is a cultural invention that an individual needs to do what? To acquire. Unlike language is acquired, is given just naturally, that we are born for language, but reading is something that we need to learn. So there's a connection between the reading circuitry and the language circuitry. That research have shown that individuals who have impairment to their language system end up having dyslexia, especially the developmental dyslexia. So one other thing that I want to really say is this. There's this professor, her name is Professor Laura A. King. She wrote this in her book, that recall the importance of Broca's area, which contributes to speech production, and Wernicke's area, which is involved in language production. Now, what she is talking is that in our brains, that nature, that because we are predisposed to oral communication, to language, to linguistic, that in the brain we have what is called the Wernicke's area and the Broca's area. And this connection between the Wernicke's area and the Broca's area is called the arcuate fasciculus. It contains white matter, neurons, the extension of cables from neurons that are populated, that are dedicated to Wernicke's area, to neurons that are dedicated to Broca's area. So the Wernicke's area is that aspect of the brain that is responsible for meanings. The ability to understand spoken language is dedicated or revolves around the Wernicke's area, while the Broca's area is responsible for speech production. As I'm speaking to you now, it is because I don't have any problem. There is no difficulty or disorder that is connected to my Broca's area, and that's why I'm able to really speak and to speak fluently and clearly. But if there's any impairment, it could deprive me from speaking legibly. It is called aphasia. There's something called the global aphasia that could be as a result of maybe stroke, and that hinders, it will probably paralyze me from being able to speak and to speak clearly. So the Broca's area, in conjunction with the premotor cortex, they both help in speech production. So now let's come back to the neurobiology of dyslexia. This is it. If an individual becomes literate, any individual who can read and write, it definitely means that the person's brain has changed. It is called neuroplasticity or brain plasticity. And if you look at the neuro image of somebody who has acquired the capacity to read, you discover that apart from the fact that the Wernicke area, okay, will be seen, it will become visible, and the Broca's area, okay, the arcuate fasciculus too will also be visible. But there is also the this part, okay, this part of the brain, this back of the brain is known, okay, as the occipital lobe, cortex or lobe. We do not see with our eyes, but we see with our brains. Okay, the visual input comes here, it is interpreted here and sent, okay, to different parts, okay, of the brain. So there is another space here, okay, that is referred to as what? As the visual word formation area. That every individual who has acquired the capacity to read has what? The visual word formation area. Okay, it is very close to what is called the fusiform area. So if you are a Mandarin reader, if you are a Hebrew reader, if you can read in Arabic, your visual word formation area will be visible, okay, in the neuroimaging, okay, data. So these are organs, these are circuits, okay, that are responsible for what? For ability to read, okay, to speak, to write, to spell, to comprehend English language. So unfortunately for the dyslexic brains, okay, those individuals who find it very difficult, okay, to read, okay, to really to connect letters with sounds, okay, those individuals who have what is called the orthographic and the phonologic impairment, okay, that in the long run, okay, leads to what? To dyslexia. Those circuits, okay, in their brains are missing. Neuroimaging data, okay, reveals that in a typical dyslexic brain, that, do not forget, reading and language is left hemisphere based, okay, that the capacity to read, the capacity for language, okay, for anything that has to do with reading is dedicated, is located, okay, just what, at the left hemisphere, okay, it is found, okay, at the left hemisphere. So for dyslexic individuals, kids, learners and students and adults, instead of the brain, okay, instead of the reading circuits to be active in their left hemisphere, they don't have it. Okay, the visual word formation area, okay, the Wernicke's area, the Broca's area, they are absent in dyslexic brain. The reason is this, that the dyslexic, they are referred to, they fall under what is called the neurodivergent kind of learners, okay, just because their brains are wired differently. It doesn't mean that they are not intelligent, but the challenge is that their brains, okay, are quite different. The wiring, the scripting, okay, of their brains, okay, is quite different from the neurotypicals, you and I, who can read, who can write, who can spell, etc. So it is called, okay, cerebral diversity. There's nothing wrong with them, but just that their brains, okay, are wired differently. Individuals, okay, like who are patient or who are suffering from ADHD, okay, autism, okay, Down syndrome, okay, developmental language disorder. These are all individuals who fall under the neurodivergent community or society, just because their brains are wired differently. But unfortunately for the dyslexic, just because of their brains are wired differently, and reading and language is they are both found, they are both located in the left hemisphere, and the dyslexic, they are right hemisphere dominant. They try to do things, okay, using their right brains. That's why they find it very difficult to do what? To read and write. They try to use, most times, they try to use just only the Broca's area and the right side of their brains, okay, for reading, and that's why they find it very difficult to read, to spell. Okay, most of them are very slow, okay, readers, okay, and they need to actually put ginormous and gigantic and a very immense effort, okay, in reading, just because of the wrong location, or just because of they are right brain driven, and reading is what is a left hemisphere, okay, dominant activity. So these are things that I strongly believe, these are information that I strongly believe that educators, school owners, okay, parents, that if they have this information, they will know that yes, there's nothing wrong with their children. That if your child does not know how to read and write, it is not a kind of it is not a fatal thing. It is not something that is deadly. All it means is that that child is gifted in his or her own way. That child is what has a different brain, and that such child can be helped. Because presently, like one of the videos that I just shot a few days ago, it has to do with the dyslexic, okay, strength and advantages. Okay, the individuals, okay, who are right brain dominant, they are individuals who have powers of creativity. They have great problem solving, okay, abilities. They are individuals who have powers of imagination and inventiveness. Individuals, okay, like Richard Branson, Albert Einstein, okay, etc. Please, if you know you're interested in knowing these dyslexic advantages and strength, okay, there is another video that I've shot. Like I said, I'm going to, if you're interested, just leave a comment. I would send the video to you. That is why presently companies like Microsoft, Dell, and others are recruiting the neurodivergent, okay, graduates and talents, okay, those individuals whose brains are wired differently. So now, then again, for individuals who are dyslexic, or individuals who find it very difficult to decode, okay, print words, written materials, okay, etc. Okay, there are therapies, there are academic interventions and therapies that if you register for our master class in educational neuroscience, we are going to really reveal everything to you, so that those autistic learners, those dyslexic learners, those learners, okay, who have maybe developmental delay, neurological impairment, etc., can be helped, so they can excel in the education sector. Thank you so very much, okay, for your time. I'm going to really implore you to leave, okay, a comment, okay, to share this video, and I'm committed to spreading, okay, world-class information, okay, just like this. Thank you so much for your time, and as I see you in the next video.